Well, hello you gorgeous mother truckers and welcome to another video. So, been a while since we've been in the shed, but it's time to catch up. Back off holidays, videos will start to roll. So, I've done two videos on the incident that happened at Manchester Airport. The first one was a reaction to the policeman being seen to be kicking somebody on the floor. Then the CCTV, which was leaked, that put everything in perspective and made it all look, well, as it was, which was a vicious assault on three armed officers, causing injury to all three and having one of the female officers with her nose getting broken. And on the second one, the link will be up above. I did say, which is the bit a lot of people have missed, is the fact that they didn't want you to see the CCTV. It wasn't the fact that what had happened, even though that was bad. The biggest thing was the fact that the CCTV had to be leaked. So the police didn't want you to see this. And now it turns out that's exactly right. Because Manchester Evening News, which were the news organisation that the CCTV was leaked to, well, the police are getting on their case. As it says here, Manchester Airport stamp incident wasn't a stamp, it was a kick. Criminal investigation launched into the source of the CCTV footage given to the Manchester Evening News. The police watchdog, the IOPC, has asked us to effectively reveal the source of the video. Now, they're protected. If somebody is a whistleblower and they give information to a news organisation, they're protected and they can't be forced to reveal the identity of informants unless, of course, it's national security, etc. But so basically, they're protected. But it also shows you that the police definitely didn't want this information to come out. And the biggest question that needs to be asked about that is why? Why are these two brothers who did this still not being charged? Are still not in prison? When people are getting thrown in prison for 20-month stretch for shouting, "Get out of my country," from their inside the house while they're filming the protest on their camera. This is a massive cover-up. The two of the police officers that were involved in this are still under investigation. There's no need to investigate. We all saw the videos, and I think universally, well, apart from the dumb left waffer and Labour supporters, can say that this was purely self-defense. And in the second video, with the breakdown of this, I actually explained why I thought that and why the officers thought that. But now the police are launching an investigation into who leaked the CCTV. Why? Why is it so critical that no one got to saw or was going to get to see this, which put everything in context? Why are the police so adamant that it's a criminal thing to leak the CCTV, which exonerates their officers, which shows that their officers were assaulted violently? This is a worry. Now, the other side of it is speaking directly to any police officers that are watching this. Are you on the right side? Because this clearly says that the police upper echelons wanted this to be ignored, wanted this to be silenced, and wanted this to be an attack onto poor Alan Snack Bar members. So the higher-ups of Manchester Police, or the IOPC, in fact, which is above everybody else, wants to suppress your protection, wants to suppress the information that shows that the three officers that were there and any other officers that get involved were acting correctly. You're under a lot of pressure because you're being either told or indoctrinated to do this stupidity level of two-tier police state interference, while also throwing you under the bus if something goes wrong against a protected minority. I did a video on it recently where I spoke about two-tier everything. It was all about the police, where it is with fear and favour. Absolutely outrageous. So let's go through the article. So there's a picture. Footage showed moments before the controversial stamp. It wasn't a stamp he kicked, and I've explained. But in any case, a criminal investigation has been launched into who gave Manchester Airport CCTV footage to the Manchester Evening News following the police stamp incident. The MEN initially broke the story of a phone video to the officer appeared to kick and stamp a man after it was widely shared on social media. Greater Manchester Police were called to the altercation between members of the public at Terminal 2 on July 23rd. The force said cops were subjected to a violent assault while trying to make an arrest, the GMP added. Right, so they'll admit that they were assaulted, but for some reason didn't want anyone to see exactly how violently they were assaulted. Male officer could be seen in the footage aiming a taser at the man as he lay on the ground. The officer appeared to kick and stamp on the man's head. The scene of chaos follows the female officer appeared to aim a taser at other people. Well, I've covered all this, but of course they're talking about the original video. The story published on July 24th sparked controversy and protests. The MEN posted a second piece of video and showed footage of an article on July 27th, and accompanying piece we explained the rationale behind the decision to produce the exclusive clip. You don't need no rationale. It showed the moments leading up to the incident. There was no need to explain. Everything needs to be in context. The second video captured a group of people standing around a ticket machine inside a car park. 3 officers, 1 male, 2 females, walked to welcome a group of people towards a man. An officer appeared to grab the man's hand in an attempt to restrain him. Well, we all know why. The male officer appeared to push the man's head down as his colleague stood beside him. Another member of the public then grabbed the male officer before punches were thrown. The detained man broke free. That man threw punches the video appeared to show. Stop saying appeared. It did. This stepping round, there's no appeared. It's on video. You can see it. On the August the 23rd and September the 3rd, the MEN received letters from the police watchdog, the Independent Office of Police Conduct, seeking access to the CCTV footage and asked questions designed to identify the source. We denied these requests because it's journalistic material and provision of such material, like the CCTV footage, to the free press is a cornerstone of our democracy and is protected in law. Another letter dated September 4, the IOPC disclosed, we have conducted a criminal investigation into the provision of the CCTV footage of the Manchester Evening News, specifically CCTV footage of the Manchester Airport related to the incident occurred there on the 23rd of July 2024. Why? Why does the IOPC want to find out who leaked this so they can arrest them? For what? For showing the truth? This is the level that we're at, yeah? This is where we are at the moment. I don't understand this. The IOPC asked us to confirm whether we hold the original video, whether we're prepared to supply it for inspection, and whether we consider the material sensitive. The investigator also liked us to list all additional materials that we hold in relation to this case. The MEN has declined to enter the discussions about the source. Editor Sarah Lester said the protection of sources of information is key journalistic principle. Correct. It's also nice to see that there are still some decent journalists, actual journalists, not the actors on the TV and the radio, but some actual journalists who are prepared to stand where they are and stand for the right things. On August 16th, Greater Manchester Police said it had submitted a file of evidence to the Crown Prosecution Service in relation to a series of alleged criminal offences. 4 men arrested on suspicion of affray and assaulted remain on bail. Why has it taken so long? If they'd have done this by shouting vile abuse and they were white, they'd be in nick now. So why? Why is it taking so long? Why does the IOPC want this tape? Won't know who got the CCTV, and why are they so upset by the fact that the piece of evidence that comes out to show that their officers acted well, with, as far as anybody else is concerned, as they should have? Why do they want to suppress this? Why do they want to find out who's leaking it? Why are we being told only one side of the story, and then they get annoyed when the other side comes out? This is extremely worrying. I mean, we live in screwed up times it is. We are literally run by an insane clown organisation. But the police, as I covered in the previous video, are even blurring the lines between what is a crime and what isn't a crime. They're making up non-crimes. They're reporting you for non-crime. There's no such thing. Police deal with crime. There's no such thing as a non-crime. A non-crime means you haven't done anything wrong. But the police are blurring this issue, which is making it a police state. And now they want this. Make it make sense, because it doesn't make sense to me. 2 officers remain under criminal investigation by the IOPC for the assault, one of who has been suspended, which I presume is the guy who delivered the kick. Why? Why? Well, I'll get onto that in a minute. We'll talk about it in a minute. An IOPC spokesman following the press conference 6th of August 2024, when concerns were raised about the source of video provided to the media, received a conduct referral from the Greater Manchester Police. This referral, while considering other possibilities, relates to whether somebody employed by the force may have shared footage relating to an active police investigation without a legitimate policing purpose, other than showing you, no, you're not going to throw us under the bus. This is what happened. With early stage investigation, we will consider any other evidence suggests this was provided by somebody working for the GMP, and, if so, the justification for this. Why? If you're a serving police officer, people above you don't care about you. They're not interested in you. If you get attacked by a protected minority, you are toast. You have no one to back you up. The up abovers aren't going to do it. In fact, they're going to make sure they suppress any information that protects you, that shows that you were right. And the thing is, with this 2-tier policing, we're having people arrested and you're suppressing that. A couple of guys which are covering the video got done. Got a GoPro on. You've seized the GoPro because you're claiming assault, but of course the GoPro proved otherwise. Why, unlike in America, can't we get access to body cam footage? Because the body cam footage would show that what the officer's doing and what they're facing. Yvette Cooper goes, I want to rebuild trust in the police. Then share body camera footage of incidents. Don't go, who supplied the CCTV showing the violent assault, which was then purely, as I explained, 100% justified the actions of the armed officer. But no, we want to find out who did that and get rid of them and suppress it. Why? You want to rebuild trust in the police and undermine them in the other minute. You want them to defend the public, but when they do, and they don't do it the way you want it to do, you throw them under the bus. To police officers, and I know there's still a few decent, I know thousands are left, and I'm going to do a video on exactly what's going on in the police force once I've done all the research on it. There's a few of you left, and you're now being shown by this that your bosses will throw you under the bus as much as shit on you. They're not interested. You are nothing to them. You are expendable pawns. In the military, we knew this. We knew we were cannon fodder. We knew what the risks were. And we knew that when we started the job. As a police officer, you also know the risks, but you don't expect, when you get attacked and assaulted, to be sold out by the guys in charge. As it turns out now, it looks like governments do that to soldiers, and they look like Labour are going to allow any prosecution for anyone who did anything during the Troubles. British soldiers. Great, thanks. So we're being the old vets are being thrown under the bus as well. But this is wrong, and you have to understand this. For everybody else, how much of a conflict is this? We do have blatant 2-tier policing, and I've got more videos coming up talking about it. But we've also got, when police officers do a damn good job and react well, that their bosses throw them under the bus. What's going on? Make it make sense. Because it doesn't to me. It really doesn't. It's also exceedingly worrying that the IOPC want to suppress this. Why are those 4 people not in nick? Why haven't they been arrested, charged and put in prison like you would be if you threw a wheelie bin at a police officer or shouted abuse at a building or screamed abuse at a police dog? They're all in prison. Why aren't these? Why are the upper echelons of the police so desperate to suppress this? I know why. It's because, as I've said before, we police without fear or favour. No, you are scared shitless of Alan's snack bar members. You don't want to put them in nick because it might upset them. And if it upsets them, you may have to actually deal with an issue, which you don't want to deal with because you are scared. Because we've stopped employing proper police officers and employing bags of piss that couldn't fight their way out of a cardboard box, who are brainwashed with all this ideological rubbish. We have a police force that doesn't scare anyone anymore. When I was a kid, coppers were bastards. And that's a good thing, because there was that natural, you trusted them. You knew if you went to them and you had an issue, they would help you. And they do also have the ability and the power to help you. Now you run to a copper, he's likely, especially when pursued by an Alan snack bar member, to fucking run away faster than you. This is a horrendous and terrible situation for us to be in. Not just for us as the public, who were supposed to rely on the police to protect us, but it depends on what you needed to protect them from. Well, let's be honest, they don't turn up for anything. And living as I did when it all kicked off at Bordesley Green, 20 minutes up the road from me, and the police vanished, we all now know if you're this skin colour and you like that flag, the police ain't going to come help you. In fact, they're more likely to come and arrest you for pointing that fact out. Any case, enough of this. I'm done. So, until the next one.
This once great nation, eroded by time, with its crushed population just towing the line. They are nourished with poisons and brought up on lies. They wave foreign banners as the patriots die. I said, oh, what's going on?